So, good morning, people. Good morning, everybody. All ages. I don't care how young or how old you are. Good morning. This is Earth. This is the year 2014. This is a time that we have to come back to the meaning of love, have to come back to the meaning of forgiveness, we come back to 1991. This is a year that we have to come back on how to not curse nobody. This is 2014. The racist war has to stop. This is 2014. The racist lane has to stop. This is 2014. Stop judging somebody for the color of skin that the person has. This is 2014. Stop judging somebody because they don't got the same things that you got. This is 2014. When are we going to think about our actions? I mean, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of cursing. I'm guilty of my fantasies. I'm guilty of my thoughts. I'm guilty of my dreams. I'm guilty of the way I live. I'm guilty. I'm guilty on the knowing. I'm guilty because I put God, Jesus, Holy Ghost, angels, and other people first, and money is not an object. I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I'm speaking what happened to me, so you adults can be able to think about your actions. For the young school, I'm guilty because I have a justified pain. I'm guilty because I have a justified malice because of the deadbeat moms and deadbeat dads will not take responsibility for their actions. I'm guilty because I get sad to hear that someone is not going to pay the child support because they don't like their wives. I'm guilty because I don't like it if I hear stories about a lady living on these streets. I'm guilty because I don't like it when I hear stories about young school for some stupid reason been pushed outside the house or around the way living on these streets. I'm guilty because I smoke my blunts. I'm guilty because I have feelings. I could get upset, could be happy, could get sad. I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I have my fantasies thinking every day on having my fantasies, thinking that I have a wife, I have a house, I have children, I have a job, and I'm not a white man. I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I'm willing to put God first at all times. Even on my bad days, I will do God's work. I'm guilty because I allow people to use me for their own profit. I'm guilty because once in a blue moon you find people like him here in Florida willing to do your work, willing to help out, willing to care, willing to love, willing to forgive. I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I don't like where I live, but I deal with the situation. I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I'm willing to help somebody who is least than me, even though I am the least. I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I know that we're living in the final hour before God comes back in the blue man's sky out of the east. And I'm guilty because I'm telling people how the rest, Lucifer, God of hell, Satan is going to come, and Hellgate's going to be here. I'm guilty because I'm speaking against the holy warriors, the religion people, who's not willing to do their God's will in their hometowns and home cities. I'm guilty because I get upset when I see a church bus tied by a homeless and won't stop and pick them up and take them to church. I'm guilty because it makes me sad thinking that there's people proclaiming God and not willing to take them home, to give the person a shower, a place to stay for one night, clean clothes. I'm guilty because many times I take off. I take off because all I wear is what I got on, and God gives me what I want on a daily basis. I'm guilty because I walk in peace, I sleep in peace, I walk in peace. I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I allow them to make me something that they want me to become. I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I'm keep these kiddos alive. I'm guilty because I give people cold hard facts about these kiddos and they call me a liar. I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I am willing to go to hell as long as God used me, so Red Hair County asses like you can change your ways and come over to the east side, Blue Man Sky, where God lives out, where Jehovah lives out. I'm guilty. I'm guilty because I don't condemn nobody for what they believe in, if they believe in Lucifer or not. As long as people think about the actions and get angry at me, God, but as if they get angry at me, I'm guilty. I'm guilty because it seems like I'm not getting nowhere in life. I'm guilty because I hear people getting divorced and not willing to share the profit to the homeless and the poor, like Jesus says in the Bible. I'm guilty because every time I read the Bible, it talks about my thoughts, my actions, my dreams, my fantasies, and my realities. I'm guilty because I know that the Bible contradicts itself at the same time. I'm guilty because I'm willing to stand up against the racist war. I'm guilty because I'm willing to stand up against the racist slaying. I'm guilty because Israel is racist against the Gentiles. I'm guilty. How do you believe? Guilty or not?